Did you know that every story ever told has the same four ingredients? Well, it's true. And if you know what those ingredients are, you can use them to make amazing stories. Welcome to Lesson 2 of the Make a Movie Boot Camp, featuring Disney's The Lion King. I'm Emily Bover, an author and a writing teacher here at Operation Author. And in this lesson, we're going to learn how to make better movies by examining The Lion King to discover the four ingredients that every story has. Then we'll talk about some ways to use those ingredients to improve your movie. If you haven't already, make sure that you go print out the free workbook that goes with this course and that you've watched the Lesson 1 video as well. Links for both of those things are in the description below. All right, let's get into the art of storytelling. The truth is, human beings have been telling, writing, or filming stories for thousands of years. But no matter how different those stories are, there are four things that they have in common. If you don't believe me, let me ask you a quick question. What's your favorite thing about The Lion King? You know what? Pause the video for a moment and write your very favorite thing about The Lion King down in the comments below. I'd love to know what it is. I recently asked a group of writing students what it was that they liked the most about The Lion King. You can jot down their answers on chart 2A, the four ingredients in The Lion King from your workbook. Here's what they said. Simba's relationship with Mufasa.
Being brave doesn't mean you go looking for trouble.
But you're not scared of anything.
I was today.
Were?
Yes. I thought I might lose you.
Oh, I guess even kings get scared, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what?
What?
I think those hyenas were even scared.
'Cause nobody messes with your dad. Come here, you.
Oh, no!
That Simba learns the truth about his dad's death.
Now, this looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? Let me think. Oh, yes, I remember. This is just the way your father looked before he died. And here's my little secret. I killed Mufasa. No! Murderer! No, Simba, please. Tell them the truth. Truth? But truth is in the eye of the beholder. All right. All right. I did it so they can hear you. I killed Mufasa.
That Simba sings a great song about growing up so that he can be king and have his own way.
No one's saying do this.
Now, when I said that,
No one's saying be there.
what I meant was...
No one's saying stop that.
What you don't
No one's saying
realize...
see here.
Now, see here!
Free to run around all day.
Well, that's definitely out.
Free to do it all my way.
The exciting scene where Simba barely escapes from the hyenas. That Zazu is forced to sing funny songs for Scar.
Oh, Zazu, do lighten up. Sing something with a little bounce in it.
It's a small world after all.
No, anything but that.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Dee-dee-dee-dee. There they are, a-standing in a row. Big one, small one, some as big as your head.
Timon and Pumbaa teach Simba to live life without worries.
When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
Well, that's not what I was taught.
Then maybe you need a new lesson. Repeat after me. Hakuna Matata.
What?
Hakuna Matata. It means no worries.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze.
It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
The Timon and Pumbaa are really funny.
Wow! If you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, eat my buddy Pumbaa here because he has a treat. Coming down a dine on a Stacy swine. All you have to do is get in line. Ah, you ate it?
Yup.
Oh, some bacon.
Yup.
He's a big pig.
Yup.
You can be a big pig too. Hey!
The part where Rafiki and Mufasa teach Simba that he could be a true king.
That's not my father. It's just my reflection.
No. Look hard. You see, he lives in you.
Father?
When Timon and Pumbaa come to Pride Rock to help Simba fight.
Timon? Pumbaa, what are you doing here?
At your service, my liege.
We're gonna fight your uncle for this?
Yes, Timon. This is my home.
Oh, talk about your fixer-upper. Well, Simba, if it's important to you, we're with you to the end.
That Nala's personality is really fun. She's nice, she's pretty, and she's strong.
It's awful, isn't it?
I didn't want to believe you.
What made you come back?
I finally got some sense knocked into me, and I've got the bump to prove it. Besides, this is my kingdom. If I don't fight for it, oh well.
I will.
It's gonna be dangerous.
Danger? Ha! I laugh in the face of danger. Ha 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 ha!
That Simba tries to escape his past, but he just can't quite forget it.
Somebody once told me that the great kings of the past are up there, watching over us.
Really?
You mean a bunch of royal dead guys are watching us? Who told you something like that?
yeah.
What mook made that up? Oh,
Yeah. Pretty dumb, huh?
you're killing me, son.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that in the end, Scar pays for his crimes.
Ah, my friend.
Friends? I thought he said we were the enemy.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Ed?
Now, we could go on, and probably you have some favorite things about The Lion King that aren't on this list. But let's stop for a moment and consider something. I've grouped these things into 4 categories, and you've probably guessed that these categories are the 4 ingredients in every story. Study the categories for a moment and see if you can guess what they are. I'll give you a hint. The 4 ingredients in every story are 3 C's and a question. Take a look at category 1. What do all of these things have in common? Well, all of these story elements are characters in The Lion King. What about the second category? Well, all of these story elements are conflicts in The Lion King. How about that third C? Well, this one's a bit trickier, but maybe you've guessed it. All of these things represent the change that the characters undergo in the movie. These are the 3 C's that every story shares. Think about it. In every story you've ever heard, there's at least one character. Now, this character could be a person, an animal, a toy, even a force of nature. And in every story you've ever heard, the character faces some sort of conflict. And because of the conflict, the character undergoes some sort of change. Those are the 3 C's. Every story ever told has a character who goes through conflict, and because of the conflict, they undergo some sort of change. But we've still got one more ingredient. And this ingredient is a question that begins with a W. Any idea what it is? Here's a hint. Sometimes the character is put through a small conflict, but often the conflict is really painful. So why would the character keep suffering through the conflict? Why not just walk away? Well, that takes us to the final ingredient that you find in every story, and that's this question. What does the character want more than anything else? In The Lion King, Simba wants to become king of Pride Rock like his dad before him. And that want is what drives him as a kid. That want also makes him return to Pride Rock to fight his Uncle Scar for the throne, even though returning means conflict. Without giving the main character a believable want, there's no reason for the conflict and no reason for the change. In other words, if you as an author don't give your main character a want, you don't have a movie that works. Now, think about what it was that you wrote below that was your favorite thing about The Lion King. I bet you that it fits in one of these 4 ingredients. By the way, if you said the art or the music, those elements are not outside the storytelling. Instead, they are there to enhance the ingredients of the story. Let's just take one song from The Lion King as an example. When young cub Simba sings, "I just can't wait to be king," what do we as the audience get from that? Sure, it's a catchy tune, so we get entertainment. But more importantly, that song gives us information about the 4 ingredients of the movie. We now know that Simba is the main character, that his want is to be king, that his conflict at that point was that he was too young and, I might add, immature to be king. And it also sets up the change that Simba will undergo throughout the movie. In fact, one of the reasons that The Lion King is such a good movie is that every single thing in this movie adds to the audience's understanding of its characters, their wants, their conflicts, and ultimately their changes. But not every story does this so well. Let's take a look at the questions at the bottom of chart 2A. Pause the video for a moment and jot down your answers. Question number 1, which ingredients do you think most people remember to put in their stories? Well, in my experience, most authors naturally include at least one character, and just about all the time, that character endures some sort of conflict. So question number 2, which ingredients do you think most people forget to put in their story? The first ingredient that is often left out is having the character change as a result of the conflict. And the second that is often left out is giving the character a believable want so that the character will continue to fight through the conflict. In short, it's easy to write a story with characters who experience conflict, but it's harder to include powerful change and a believable want. That takes us now to the main event, improving your movie. Take a look at chart 2B, the 4 ingredients in your movie. And first, let's label the category names of ingredients: character, conflict, change, and a want. Next, think about the movie that you created after watching lesson 1. List all of the story elements that you included in your movie under the correct ingredient category, just like we did for The Lion King. And now it's the fun part. Now that you've learned about the 4 ingredients in your movie and you've evaluated your story for those 4 ingredients, it's time to improve your movie by adding or changing ingredients to make the story better. So here's your assignment. First, brainstorm different ideas for each of these 4 ingredients that could possibly make your movie better. And use chart 2B right here to jot it all down. Don't be afraid to change your movie as much as you need to if you think that the changes will result in a better story. And don't be afraid to jot down a ton of different ingredient ideas. Make sure that you come up with ideas for all 4 ingredients, but understand that there's no minimum amount that you need. So for instance, you may only need to give your character a single want, but you may want to send your character through all sorts of different conflicts. After you've improved your movie by adding or improving the ingredients to it, it's time to turn to the homework assignment. The homework for this lesson is to make a second improved version of your movie. This one can be up to 8 minutes long. Go back to Adobe Spark, make a copy of your first movie, and make all of the changes you want to the new copy. I just want to highlight something here. Don't delete your first movie. The goal is to make a new version of the movie after each one of the lessons. That way you can go back, rewatch all of them, and see how much your story-making skills have improved over the course of this boot camp. One last thing, if you're enjoying this course, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and invite your friends to join along with the fun. All right, you've got your assignment. When you're done, I will see you in lesson 3. Now go make a better movie.